everybody. Oh, my chair is in the wrong spot. Oh, well, it's fine. I'm being crooked. How are you guys tonight? It's good to see you. It is finally not quite as hot. We just had the winds shifted this afternoon. We got a southwest wind coming in. Dropped the temperature down nicely. Yay. Still in the 80s, but at least it's not the 99 it was the other day. Whew, that was roasty. And I took a nap this afternoon. Yay! Patty left this morning. I worked a little bit more. I had to go. I didn't work on the shed today. Had to run some errands. Help Bob with some things on the shed, and then ran some errands. Came back and crashed because, well, you know, Patty and I stayed up and did some stuff for the past few days. So how is everybody? Let's see. Pull this over here so I can talk to people. Let's see. Linda's here. And, ooh, I haven't taken a photo of a shoe bill stalk. That would be fun. Tamara's here. I thought I saw Tamara here. Welcome. Thank you about hitting the like button. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't think the channel's growing that big. It's up to 250 people, but I don't, you know, those are a lot of some of them are my eCam buddies that are subscribing and things like that have other, you know, I don't think it's, you know, we all subscribe to channels that we like and we watch once in a while, but there's only a core group of us that are hanging out here. I wouldn't worry, Linda. Although I do love Mama Bear's protective nature. That's awesome. A pelican. She's nice. So Tamara's here. So you'll have to share those pictures on Sunday. Took me out on Wednesday for a drive along the coast. Oh, gosh. That would be nice. And who else is here? Oh, Julia. Hi, Julia. How are you? Let's see. I'm just checking my sound. Sound levels seem to be okay. Yeah. Volume. Gonna go up a little bit. Yeah. Maybe that will help. Amazing weather there. Naps, yes. Well, I get up really early to do my creative work hour. For me, I was never a morning person. And then with Patty here, she tends to stay up late, so we stayed up late. And then I tend to read when I first go to bed, and so that led to shorter and shorter amounts of time. I just needed to sleep. So Julia's here. Yay! All right, nice. So tonight for stories, I have had some books that I pulled from the library, and this first one that I called this As We Are, As You Are, was it? And just this book is called Big, and I think it's just a wonderful book about, I don't know about you, but it struck me. It really talked to me a lot. For those of you who have not met me in person, which is most of you, I don't think anybody, I'm 5'11", and have been 5'11" since I was in 7th grade. And by the end of 1st grade, I was taller than my 1st grade teacher. She was a little bit. She was only like 4'9", but I was 4'10", 4 foot almost, you know. And I grew fast and tall, and I'm not a small woman. Body image has always been something that I struggled with, and it's gotten to the point. It finally came to the point where it wasn't about, you know, being slim or this or that, and I've gotten my own head around it, that it's about where I can be healthy and comfortable. And, if I can carry my backpack, if I can go on my hikes, if I can do what I need to do, then I'm okay. When I get up over that, then it's not so more for me now about body images, it's about health and being able to do what I want to. But when I was younger, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And my mom, love her dearly. It was all about she I don't think many a year that I don't think we can remember very often where she wasn't always struggling with this or trying this new thing or getting diet pills or diet shots or this or that or trying to lose weight. And my dad, of course, never struggled with he exercised all that, and he had a metabolism that went on like crazy, and he was 6'2" and barely 170 pounds and fit and wonderful, and but it was just all through my life that it was a thing that was discussed and talked about. And so when I found this book, it was just one of those really wonderful conversations about what we say or what is said and how it's said and how it's viewed. And so this is the first one. Then the next one is another thing. I mean, it's that self-image thing, and then in our self-talents, and then we might end with, if I have time, if I'll stop yammering, we have another one too that's just beautiful. There we go, that's better. So that's what I'm doing. So this book tonight, the first one, is called Big, and it's by Vashti Harrison. And let me see what she says about herself. She's a New York Times bestselling creator of Little Leaders, Little Dreamers, and Little Legends. And the illustrator I Love You Like Yellow, written by Andrea Beatty. And Matthew Cherry's Hair Love, and Stephanie V. Lucinovi's Hello Star, among others. She received a Coretta Scott King Illustrator Honor for Lupita Nyong''s Sulwe, and is a 2-time recipient of the NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Literacy Work for Children. She lives in Brooklyn, New York, and invites you to visit her at her VashtiHarrison.com. She says in her author's note, she says, in childhood, big is good. Unless you're the big tall one that's taller than everyone. Big is impressive, aspirational, but somewhere along the way, the world begins to tell us something different, that big is bad. That being big is undesirable. I was never a dancer, but I did get stuck in a swing when I was younger. Some of the older kids and I were playing on a baby swings, and I couldn't get out. I was the only one to get into trouble. Wow. My size indicated to adults that I was big enough to know better, even though I was still just a kid. Oh my gosh, how many times did that happen? And with my own daughters too. I can remember people looking at me in stores when because Annalena was very tall too. She was 3 feet tall by the time she was 2.5. So think of a 2-year-old being very tall, and she would be doing crazy kind of stuff, and I would say, look, people would look at me like, oh, can't you keep that 5-year-old under control? And I would look back at them and say, she's 2. And they go, oh, yeah. So a child sits in the crosshairs of adultification bias and anti-fat bias. She is subjugated to judgments and prejudices that are harmful and have lasting effects. She finds enough self-love to return the words that were unkind and unhelpful. Anyway, she says, I remember thinking I couldn't wear pink, that it was too bright a color and might make me stand out. From an early age, I developed insecurities that told me it was safer to shrink into the background and not try to call attention to myself. I chose the color palette for this book to reject that old thinking. In color psychology, pink is associated with the gentle love, tenderness, and nurturing. Pink flowers symbolize innocence, joy, playfulness, and happiness. These are all things this girl deserves. Her body is not a problem that needs fixing, and neither did mine that day on the playground. What needs fixing are the implicit biases we all hold. I wish I could give this girl a hug, and part of her that is me, and part of her that might be you, and tell her that she is deserving of all the care and joy in the world, no matter what. Ah, and that is this book, Big, that I'm going to start with. Let's see. Oh, Fatima's here. Nice. I'm just checking to see who's popped in. And your girlfriend was 6 foot tall. Yeah. Yes, I am 5'4". My locker partner in high school was like 5'3". Betsy, we fit perfectly. We had so much fun. Yeah, one of your cousins. I have my cousin Johnny. I think I've mentioned, he is married to, and when he got married, he's 6'5", and he married a lady, Peggy, that's 5'3", 5'4", and I think 5'3", and then their kids are, their first son was 5'9", their second son is 6'11", their daughter's 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", and then they have a son that's 6'8". So my whole family is tall like that. There's a lot of them. Yeah. Limbs like my grandpa. Hey, Lupe's lurking. Nice to have you here, Lupe. Glad that. Oh my gosh. So we are going to read this story. I'm going to try to get the camera for it where I need it to be, so you can hear me. Oh, got that. And get this under here. Get this down here. I'm trying to get it so that it, oh, that's not going to be back far enough. Okay, that's going to come back. So hang on for me just a second. I need this other camera to do what I want it to do. There, sort of. Maybe. Oh, back up. Oh, that's what I'll do. Back up that. There we go. That'll work. Okay. Yay. I think I got it set. Yeah. All right. So we are going to get started on the story called Big. There we go. I'm trying to get that so you guys can see. There. Come on, cameras. Oh, there. That'll work. That'll work. Sort of. Hang on. Nope. Fiddle. Sorry about that, you guys. There we go. There we go. Oh, got it. Got it to do what I wanted it to do. I had this set earlier, but then I moved something. All right, the name of the book is Big, the first one. Can you tell I've only been awake from my nap for like an hour? Yeah, I'm really. What a crazy thing. So this is Big. You notice she's the illustrator and author. Notice she talked about the pink palette. It's got that really pretty blush pink in it. Hopefully you can see. I'm going to turn on my overhead light too so you get a better view of it. And there we go. Big. It's got these, oh, it says love you in there. Big. Oh, very cool. Let me get the brightness settings. There we go. Once there was a girl with a big laugh and a big heart and very big dreams. She learned her ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. She always said please and thank you, and even put away all of her toys. At dinner, she ate all her food. "What a big girl you are," the adults would say. And it was good. She grew and learned and laughed and dreamed and grew and grew and grew. And it was good. Until it wasn't. "You're a big girl, aren't you?" One day, something big happened. "I can't wait for the recital. I'm going to be a rose. I'm going to be a daisy." "Help. Oh, look. She's stuck." "No, ha, whale. More like a moose. Oh my God." "Don't you think you're too big for that? You could have hurt someone. You're in big trouble." It made her feel small. The words stung and were hard to shake off. Too big. Cow. Ha ha ha. Moose. She began to feel not herself, out of place, exposed, judged, yet invisible. Everyone had advice. That's no good. Try this instead." But that kind of hurt, too. "Oh, this is perfect for you." They have her in the background, being the cloud. Here's all the little... "The flower costume won't fit. You're just too big. Where are you going? What did I say?" Everything seems to be closing in on her. Oh. "Aren't you too big to be crying? Have you tried being smaller? Why can't you just fit in?" Too big. Moose. Moose. Ha ha ha. Big girl. Creative. Big cow. Ha ha ha. She sees the word creative. One day, she finally let it all out and started to see things more clearly. She decided to make more space for herself. was able to see a way out. I don't know if I can show you this whole thing. Oh, let me see. Bring it back. Oops. It's the whole page. These are your words. These are yours. They hurt me. Not everyone understood or even listened. It was just a joke. It's not that serious, big girl wail. You're too sensitive, too big. Some tried. I didn't mean to hurt you. But they still couldn't see. I can help you change if you want. No, thank you. I like the way I am. They couldn't see that she was just a girl. And she was good. Creative, imaginative, good, compassionate, gentle, smart, funny, sweet, kind. Yeah. She did the illustrations in Procreate and chalk pastel. So soft. It is. It's really beautiful the way she did the lighting and the pictures. It's just... Oh, hey, Cab. Hey. How are you? My friend Kathy here, you guys, like I was mentioning. Welcome to Story Time. Principal Walker, nice to have you here. Anyway, so that was the first one. And as I was talking about, you know, what we say in that book, she found some other things that worked when she let it all out. The words creative kind of started to come out. And she got beyond all that and found more to herself than what she heard from other people. And she gave them back their hurtful words and said she didn't need to change. She was good as she was, creative, imaginative, good, and fine in just her size. Yay! I love it. Having been a tall girl all my life, that's... It's nice to see that. That made me feel very good. Kathy, it's nice to have you here. Thanks for coming in. Oh, yeah, the book and the illustrations are... So that is Vishiti Harrison. That's that first book. So the next book, this is a little... The first one was the author took inspiration from her own time when she got stuck in that swing, and she was always been a big... and how she came about accepting her body image and herself. This next book is called Show the World, and it's about all those different things that we sometimes forget that are talents, I think. I kind of took it that way. It is by Angela Dalton. She was once a producer of video games and other creative things. Now she shares her stories with the world. She's the author If You Look Up to the Sky, which won an Independent Publisher Book Award for children's picture books, and Ruby's Reunion Day Dinner. She lives in Oakland, where she spends time looking up in the sky and writing the stories of the universe to inspire her to share. And Daria Peoples is the author and illustrator of children's books. She wants her younger brothers and sisters to speak life into their dreams and show the world They are all who they are, unapologetically. That's the word for tonight. Unapologetically. She's the author illustrator of This Is It, I Got Next, and America, My Love America, My Heart. And Daria lives in Las Vegas with her family. So this is called Show the World. And for those of you here, all of you who are so talented in the different things that we think of as talents, there's a lot of other things that are what we can do that other people might not be able to, and they bring joy to other folks. And that's a big thing. And the other thing, remember how Sophie, the other night in her book, Sophie who can't do things, her special little word that the teacher said, the most important word, yet. Couldn't do it yet. Who knows? Maybe some of these things are sung that you can't do yet. Okay. My time, my master's works. All right. So here we go. The next book here. Like I said, Show the World. This has a completely different illustrative style. You see, Daria, people, it's not the soft kind. It's more distinct, abrupt, and showing. I think I found a lot of the pictures in here, the faces are not distinct, so they could be anybody. I think that's one of the things I got from this. Show the World. And look at a photographer. Of course, I'm gonna love that. Let's move this. Make the book just a little bigger for you. Show you some more. Show the World. Get me over there. Show the World, written by Angela Dalton, illustrated by Daria Peoples. Illustrations are done, since we're all art, created with oil on paper and illustration board. Photographer. Look around. Can you see the many spaces, places, and ways to show the world all that you can be? What will you do or say or make to express who you are? Just a sec. There we go. A space you fill with sound, like a heart-pounding brass, or notes that flutter like hummingbird wings. Drum, drum, bum, 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 rum, bum. Ting-a-ling, ting-ting, rat-a-tat-tat. Perhaps it's a space that you fill with melody, a simmering soprano, a smooth alto, where your words can be sung or spoken. How I feel is so real, I need y'all to listen. Maybe you're the instrument, telling stories with your own unique dance moves, a twirl, a leap, a glide, or a fire crest of poses. Oh, that's not. Or the fiercest of poses. Learn to read, Gretchen. Maybe your creative space is blank, patiently waiting for you to fill it with powerful text, language that makes you feel something, that makes you think something, that makes you do something. Or perhaps it's a place where your sense of taste can turn everyday ingredients into something extraordinary. Are you the canvas? A work of art with a razor-sharp, fresh-cut, beaded braids or bold streaks in your hair? Maybe your voice comes alive through fabric. Your story gathered, formed, stitched in pattern, a hint of sparkle tucked here and there. Is your expression captured in a flash? Images that catch your eye, that you share with pride and treasure forever. Maybe you build out of this world inventions. Whoa. Or collect things found in the world around you. That's tight. Is there a place where you shine? A space you fill with all the things that inspire you? Somewhere you can sit quietly while tiny seeds of ideas swirl in your head until one plants itself and begins to grow? What can I do today? And grow and grow. Then one day, ta-da! Are you ready to do or say or create something? Do you know what it will be? There's no rush. Take your time. But when you're ready, show the world all you can be. That's so. She did this in oil on board. That's just amazing. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Okay. Kathy, you need to add this to your school library, even if it's for high school kids. I think this is one of those books that oftentimes at the end of the school year, our principals would read the places you'll go. I think that this book could go along with that. Show the world. Man, I love that one. Okay, there's my table. Let's go back. Check up with what? See with fresh eyes, yeah. It took 16 years to finish the Mona Lisa. Wow, Tamara, I did not know that. Yet, my favorite growth mindset word. You know, the books, Kathy, the books by Molly Bang, When Sophie Gets Really, Really, Really Angry. There's a book called When Sophie Thinks She Can't. And in that book, the teacher has them doing this thing and she gets really mad because she can't do the math problem. And the teacher tells all the kids that they forgot the most important word, yet. I read that just last Sunday, and I'm going to do my short little podcast on that whole thought. It's been marinating in my brain. Positive it is. Great, great word. So, it's only 7:07. I have another book for you, and this book, I read the other one, the first one, All Because You Matter, that they did, and that Tammy Charles and Brian Collier wrote. And this is the kind of the companion title to it. And I read that other one back. I can't remember how long, but you'll remember. I'm sure you'll recognize the illustrations of Brian Collier, and it just it's such this. Sometimes all the books will fit together in a theme, and sometimes I just find them all, and they're so wonderful, like that that I just that sometimes it's the illustration or the message or the that fit together. This one is, I think, kind of fits with the message about standing that we're here and to being seen and unapologetically who we are. And this is just another beautiful, beautiful book, and that I want to share with you guys. I love having this chance to share some of these wonderful things with you. So here we come. Like I said, this is written by Tammy Charles. She's the author of numerous books for children, ranging from picture books to middle grade and young adult. She did a middle grade debut called Like Vanessa and a young adult novel in verse called Muted. Ooh, that sounds interesting. She's the author of the New York Times bestselling All Because You Matter. And Brian Collier, you'll recognize his work. He's won 4 Caldecott honors, 5 Coretta Scott King awards, and 3 Coretta Scott King honors. The man is an amazing artist. His books include the Coretta Scott King Award and Ezra Jack Keats Award winner Uptown. And We Shall Overcome. Uptown is one of my favorite books, which has earned 3-star reviews. He's also the illustrator of the New York Times bestselling All Because You Matter. So sit back, relax. We Are Here. Written by Tammy Charles, illustrated by Brian Collier. Look at the end papers. It takes us. They take you on such journeys through their books. The journey of who we are stretches beyond rivers, roads, mountains, high-fiving blue skies. We were cool like that from the beginning of time. Can't you see? We are seeds, you and me, roots thick with dreams and stars and possibilities. We turned numbers to seasons and patterns, tracked moons in outer space. From brick and grit, we built this place. Big hands, small hands, powerful in every way. We are joy, igniting the world like stars caliente and bright, like trumpets blaring at midnight. You hear that? Skit, scat, cattywhack. It's the music of our past. It's our rhythm and our blues, but you can't choose just one. Our joy is the anthem of life, heard on monument steps, opera stages, stadiums filled with thousands of faces. It's in the spice of our aisles, the soul of our food, feeding, connecting us across miles. That joy, that wonder, a burst of sun rays, laying the path for today and always. We are intercontinental. Can't you see? With our strut and our style. Trendsetters, go-getters, swagger that sweeps across the globe. We are multi-dialectal, oh so intellectual. One heart, una alma, un espíritu, muchas lenguas. We speak the language of books and streets, feet stamping concrete. countless steps that set the world on fire as we sing and chant for all to remember our names. Oops. Hang on. There we go. We are fearless, more than we know. When the world closed its door and worry set in, there we were, putting on our capes, springing to action again. Why is that so? Because you and me, we have always been heroes. The same ones who sat to take a stand. The ones who ran so we could fly. So it's no surprise, dear child, we are all of these things and so much more. No matter what they say. Because someday when it's your turn to rule the world, people will be amazed and they will question the power of you. And when they do, you be sure to let them know you are brilliant, extraordinary, far beyond ordinary, the very best of who we are. Oh, I love this, how they have the people. Howlin' Wolf. Born Chester Arthur Bennett, Howlin' Wolf was a successful Chicago blues singer, harmonica player, and guitarist. In 2010, Rolling Stone magazine featured Howlin' Wolf in the 100 Greatest Artists of All Time, ranking him at number 54. Remember, we read that book about Muddy Waters, and he was ranked number 17. Oh, Muddy Waters right up here. Yep. Just read that book. And Ella Fitzgerald, Marian Anderson. Oh my gosh, the voice on that woman. Fashion. This author's note. For a long time, I've wanted to write something in honor of my daughter, whom I didn't get to meet. When the global pandemic occurred, coupled with the horrific acts of injustice against people of color like George Floyd, I began to wonder, how would I have shown my daughter this world? How would I prepare her to face it? This is how. We Are Here was born from a dire need to drown out the hatred with something far more powerful, love. If All Because You Matter was an affirmation, then We Are Here is a celebration. In my heart, I know there is one more missing piece of this puzzle, the confirmation, a forthcoming third book in the series, United Together. Forms a complete unified thought and seeks to affirm, celebrate, and confirm the power and greatness that lie within all our children. We Are Here is for my daughter, Grace, and the wonder of who she could have been or what this world could be. It's for the joy I would have shown her, the beauty and excellence of our ancestors I would have taught her. We come from a civilization who built ancient places like Benin City with their own hands. Those early scientific discoveries led to the creation of the 365-day calendar and even the world's first astronomical site. We sing like Mahalia Jackson and Marian Anderson, win Olympic gold medals like Constantine Henriquez de Zubiera, spark movements with poetry like Jason Reynolds, Jacqueline Woodson, and Elizabeth Acevedo. Jacqueline Woodson, one of my favorites. She wrote The Other Side, remember? We are here. We have always been here, influencing and contributing our gifts to the world for all to see. As a mom, these words are my gifts to Grace, to my son, Christopher, and to all children who need to hear them. All children. Our children represent the very best of who we are and the legacy from which they come. Their joy is our present. And the illustrator's note says, in the process of creating a visual storyline for this project, I looked to a painting from one of my favorite artists, John Biggers, who painted multiple shotgun houses, much like the one in Georgia he was raised in. I thought these row houses could serve as a timeline by which I could document important markers in history, such as cultural innovations ranging from the African drums to blues, jazz, rap, and hip hop. Also woven in is the history of protest and struggle for equality for all and fair treatment under the law. And in the end, you will see that we are one great big community, and that this is the evidence, with our fists thrust to the sky, shouting, "We are here." Oh, the row houses. That's what those are. I love that. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a different background. Oh, I'll go back to this one. Yeah, there. Yay. Hi, Larry. Oh, Linda. Ah. You drifted. I have been known to do that, to watch kids fall asleep in front of me in class when I was reading ones that I particularly felt rhythmic about. We Are Here is a one that does it. Tammy Charles is pretty amazing. The colors, yes, he does an amazing job. I was just looking back to see the bright hair colors. Now I love it. Look with fresh eyes. Yes, yes. All right, cool. Mary made it in. Nice. Tamara. And Fatima's here too. Well, you guys, that is the 3 books that I had for tonight. Sunday is story time again. Please send in your art. Patty and I, seriously, okay, I got kind of a cream color sketchbook, a new little sketchbook. I sat down last night and I took out an old sketchbook. This is an idea. I took an old sketchbook and I literally tried things again and again. And I did 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not showing you. 5, 6, 7, 8. I filled pages after pages after pages of doing these silly little sketches that I had done earlier. But this time I did them without a pencil and eraser. I did straight to pen. And so that was kind of fun. And they're all those whimsical creature character things that I did. And I did a whole page of like flowers and stuff. So somebody else needs to be sending in some artwork for us to show on Sunday, because otherwise you're going to see a bunch of little whimsical, goofy creatures that I'm just having too much fun with. I redid these cats in like 12 different ways, and now they're funny. And the rabbits, it's fun. So Sunday, send in your stuff. Send it the email will be there at the end thing. Be back at regular time on Sunday. I'm gonna finish the deck. Hopefully, Bob's putting on the deck board tomorrow. I have some friends. My creative work hour friends are here. Going to be here from Spokane on the weekend. I have class on Saturday. All that stuff. But still, the wind came in. It's better. It's nice. I'm looking forward to finishing up some stuff. And yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy those, and really the power of our own talents and of recognizing the strength within us and what we all have to give and share with others and with ourselves, and the power of that little word yet. You know, it may not be done yet, or you may not have figured it out yet. On the first book I ever owned, I gave the original to a child that didn't ever have a book. This is a used copy of, oh my gosh. Look at that. Oh, I would go crazy. That is amazing. That is amazing, because I have, I've shown you some of those, some of mine that I have that are my early. I don't have my very first Mrs. Pigglewiggle, but I have my very first Winnie the Poohs. And yeah, the wisdom of Winnie the Pooh. All right, you guys. Thank you for being here tonight with my foibles and craziness with my phone to get it to do the picture I wanted, the camera. I'm going to do a little bit of organizing down here after I get off with you guys and pull. Yeah, we'll see how that does. You're beyond. Oh, hey, Fatima, will you take a picture of it and send it in for Sunday so we can see, and I'll put it up as, so these, remember, I'm sure that book, to Fatima, to find those things that are of such inspiration to us, I think it's really important sometimes that we go back and look at those. That's why I went back and looked at that sketchbook and said, what did I do, and where can I do it again, and how can I do it differently? And some of the things where we got our inspiration from and where that comes from. So send that in. I'd love to see that. Really would. And I'm sure everybody else would love to see. I'm curious what book it is. Can we take a guess what Fatima's first book would have been? Anyway, you guys, this has been wonderful. Thank you so much for getting me re-energized. I was so tired. That nap was important, but I was so tired. But being with you guys has lifted me again, made it feel all good. And now, fun with Dick and Jane. I have some of those too. Oh my gosh. I have a whole bunch of those. Oh my gosh. Everybody, that's crazy. Yeah, if you have, that would be a cool thing to do. If you have your first book, send a picture of it. But also, send in your artwork so we can share on Sunday. And I will be back with, I think, I have some books in my library. I have a crayons book, one of the crayons, you guys. And I have a really beautiful one, and I also have the silly crayons book. They're getting ready to go back to school. And I thought, Run Spot Run. And I thought that would be kind of fun because, it is. We're all going back to school at different times. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being part of this community, for being part of Story and Art, for allowing me to come into your homes twice a week and to share my love of books, and for sharing in return your energy with me and really filling my bucket. I can always depend on having my bucket filled at least twice a week, and that feels wonderful, and it's all because of you guys. So give yourself a high five and keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around, but the first place you'll find it is when you go look in the mirror. And I will see you on Sunday.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Ooh, feeling alright. We won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead you wanna bet it.